Okay, boom. Greetings,
Yes,
PP. We
yes,
are back on the TruMon
yes,
show with
yes,
Prashant Trivedi. It's been
yes.
a little bit, not too much, like a month or two, I think.
Yes,
We
New Year now. The solar and the lunar New Year has happened now. So we are officially into the New Year now. So yes,
we had time to gather our thoughts, and we're ready for a new episode. Today it's again on science, arts, and technologies, but I would like to start with what happened on the 8th of April.
right.
We saw it here in Quebec, where I am. We saw it very clear, the solar eclipse, the total solar eclipse.
Yes,
It's the first time I was seeing that. I
yeah,
think in my life, I was like, I was in extase, in ecstasy, extase, en français,
yes,
qu'on dit. So I was like completely frozen. Like the emotion was overwhelming me, honestly. Like pretty much everyone that I watched online that watched it was like flabbergasted, I think you say in English.
but yes. So
Yeah,
all
like
of us, yeah.
on shock of the
Yes,
phenomena.
yes, Anik. So
So
when you saw it, you didn't think that was moon was coming over sun.
no, that's it. I wasn't looking at it from the eye, the observer eye of a muggle, like I told you.
Yes,
I was
yes,
looking at it with lots of questions in mind, of course. And
yeah,
what I find strange with that phenomena is like we forget totally what we've been told. I'm not going by that. I'm going by what I observe and what I see.
yeah,
Okay, so not what I'm supposed to know, but that celestial body, okay, that black celestial body that comes in front of the sun.
yeah.
It's clear it's coming in front of the sun. It's
Yes,
blocking the light of the sun. So it must
yes,
be pretty freaking dark, like
yes,
black, black, black to block the
yes,
sunlight. So just that, it has to be very, very opaque
yeah. And
celestial body to block the sunlight. Well, that's one thing. So the
and
moon in the daytime appear translucent sometimes. So
yes,
that makes complete
and
nonsense to me. So
we saw the moon how it looks anyways, and it doesn't look anything like that disk. Nothing.
exactly. Even if you tell me, okay, the moon does a complete 180 and goes on his reverse face, the dark side of the moon, like
Yeah,
come on, like even
there,
that.
there's nothing moon like about that.
Exactly. So but what I find the most strange and what maybe you can explain us and put some light on it is that celestial body just appear. The moon travels in the sky. You see it moving, it travels. The sun
Yeah,
travels. That body, that celestial body, Rahu or whatever,
yeah,
it just appears
yeah,
there in front of the
yeah.
sun and it
Because
disappears. So
yes, that's yeah. But in Vedic astrology calculations, that body's tracking is there in degrees in through the 360 degrees, so it is trackable even
that's
when it's
the
invisible. It's
thing.
supposed to be invisible, but it only becomes visible in front of sun and moon. So
That's the thing.
yeah,
Why is it like that? Why is it only visible because it is there right now in the
yeah,
sky
yeah,
in the
yeah,
sky. We just don't
yeah,
see it. But
yeah.
out we don't see a big black dot on the blue sky.
No, because it's meant to be invisible. Only when coming in front of sun, it has like like different things. Uh, you know, uh, like have chemical reactions. Like if you they are
Yeah.
have no color, but something is put on them, colors come. Like
Yes.
like yeah, that's the
So it will react just in contact of direct light,
yeah,
whether the
yes,
moonlight
and
or the
and, and
sunlight.
yeah, and there's a whole story that it is supposed to do that, like to sun and moon. So that is the two bodies, Rahu and Ketu, both are not visible. They call it invisible celestial bodies, disks. But
Wow.
this is the time you get to see it. That's eclipse is the only time you get to see them, so experience them. So and obviously the eclipse means things for human beings, like all celestial events, but obviously that's a different thing completely.
The
Yes,
energy coming from
yeah,
that was like massive. People were freaking out, yelling and shit. And I was grabbing my wife. I was like, Kim, look, 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 it's amazing. Like I was freaking out totally. Like, what's that energy? Like, I'm sure I'm not the
I
only
mean,
one.
the thing is, internally humans have known whether, like, that celestial events affect earthly affairs. Okay, as above, so below. But they have known internally, even if they've been told by science in the last 300, 400 years that that is not the case. Okay, but internally the memory is there, and in the consciousness it's obviously known. You know, so on a memory level, on a consciousness level, on a subconscious level, human beings know that celestial events affect earthly affairs. So, a solar eclipse obviously affects it in terms of individual consciousness, sun represents individual consciousness, and in terms of the system, the ruling system. So, it signifies some sort of change in the, and when it's so over a country, and wherever it's visible from and it's full there, then it has more effect, much more effect on that particular place.
Okay,
Yeah.
another question. You said when it's visible. Why is it? There's one sun in the sky. There's one black celestial body like that. There's not 20 suns. So
Mm.
why, if I have a solar eclipse and you're in daytime like me, why don't you see it in UK?
So various things are there. First is angle, like, when you put something in front of something, you can be seeing it from a different angle. And
Yeah,
in other places, you have sunset or sunrise. If it is happens when sun is not risen or it is set, you're not going to see it. You know, yeah, so that's why the that's why the degrees of this celestial body also are different for different latitudes and longitudes. It's not the same degree in that day at different latitude and longitudes. That's why when you make a birth chart, you need the birthplace of a person. So if you look at the sky things, you have to go by the where you are. What is the sky? Not like, you know.
yeah.
So the sky is different at the same time at different places around Earth, and the degrees of all the celestial bodies like Sun, Moon, and the nine planets, the seven main ones and the two invisible ones, are different in all parts of Earth. Land.
Okay, there's people dying and being born every second here on Earth,
Yeah,
probably. What if you're born on that moment, like in Quebec, you're born on that solar eclipse? Because
yeah.
here
You
we
can be
see
born. A lot
it
of people are
very
born in
clear.
eclipse. There are certain kind of energies those people experience in their life.
Yeah,
They experience a certain kind of life which is different from other people. So their phobias, paranoias, or circumstances and all kinds of things will be affected, and to what degree, how much, all of that is there, like, so. Yeah.
yeah, there must
So
be some kind of effect for sure.
yeah, it is effect. And even in tribes before, if some child was born on that particular time, then the tribal people, the shaman or the leader, would do some rituals to mitigate the effects of that birth on the tribe. So
Okay, and if those bodies are invisible in the sky, how
mm.
can they predict the solar eclipse? Like they know probably 1,000 years in advance
I
when
mean,
it's gonna
I think
happen, where it's gonna
without
happen.
right now, without using Rahu and Ketu, you can't predict solar eclipse. So when just by motion of sun and moon, you can't. Sun and moon come together. Okay, sun and moon come together every 27, 28 days, but there's not an eclipse. Okay, every 20 days, sun and moon come together. Okay, which is called the new moon. Okay, there's not an eclipse.
Okay.
Only when Rahu is there, does eclipse.
Ah.
So there is no eclipse without these bodies. So they are using the old calculation only to predict eclipses right now. So by the Vedic astrology calculation maths, you can predict eclipses anywhere around the earth. anytime.
Crazy.
For hundreds of thousands of years,
It's
you
crazy.
you have this tool to predict eclipses. Okay, but modern science doesn't have one because they are going by this heliocentric model and they're sticking to it. So they don't have any answer to how they are predicting. So,
But
so
it's
that's
amazing that they're able to predict that stuff that's gonna happen up
but that's
in the
only by
sky. Me,
ancient astronomical
wow.
calculations, not the modern astronomical calculations.
No, no, no. That's it. No, no. We go
Yeah,
with ancient stuff. No?
yeah,
It's like the food, the ancient grain is better
yeah,
for you than the
yeah,
nasty stuff they try to feed you.
yes,
Yeah. So no. So it's very interesting that eclipse and only a certain part on Earth seen it. So I was like, why? Why not everybody see it? But
yeah, because
it's
the
gonna
degrees, your angle of approach is different, and the placement is different for everyone. And then sunrise sunset thing happens. So a lot of people can't because it's like in America, eclipse is happening. In India and stuff, it's night. You're not gonna,
But is it different for someone like
yeah,
me, you, whoever
yeah,
has a fertile mind that asks questions? I'm not
yeah,
doing nothing extravagant here today.
yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
questioning things.
Yes,
That's all. Like I'm
yes,
not affirming nothing. I'm not claiming
yes, yes, and
nothing.
yes.
We're just
But
questioning.
yeah, but
So
through those
is it?
questions, the answers is that obviously the ancient astronomical system works,
Yeah, yeah. No, no. But what
and
I'm saying is it different for someone like me, someone with a fertile mind, looking at the phenomenon with mystery in mind, than someone who looks at it from an illusion point of view because they think it's the
yeah,
moon?
obviously,
Because they look at it, they're all in shock and everything, but it's still an illusion because they
yeah, because
believe what they've been told.
yes,
So,
it's like another form of conditioning. So there can be a breakthrough point that your conditioning can finish if you look at it in that point. It can be deconditioning tool, basically. You know,
okay, this could be a breaking point
yeah,
if you
yeah,
look at it properly and if you
yeah,
question
yeah.
things. Yeah.
Yeah, that way, if anytime people look at the sky, even a lot of questions come anyways, just by looking at sky
Oh
anytime.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
For sure.
like what is all this? What is all kinds of questions. Anytime people look at stars, and there is a wonder sense of awe and wonder, and and all of that. So,
Yeah, in a sense of like I'm very little compared to all this.
and these were called the heavens first by the ancients. Why is it called the heavens? You know, the you know
Yeah.
yeah. So is there a heaven? What is the heaven? Where is it? What is the thing? All of those things come from looking at the sky. You know, yeah,
Wow. Anyway, it's a lot. It's a lot to digest. I have a lot to wrap my head around all that stuff. For me, it's
yes,
I'm not pretending to know
no,
everything and no, I don't know nothing and I
no,
want to
like
learn.
it's a
But
starting point. It's a starting point for people when they
yeah,
look up at the sky. Anytime they even look at the sky, that's a trigger point for some actual questions, which now the science tries to answer in a very funny way, but none of those answers seem very logical or sensible, or you know,
oh no,
it's
I heard all kinds of stuff about that eclipse from the Muggle world. Like, oh, it's
yeah,
crazy. But if you, yeah, if you, it could be a breaking point for someone.
yeah,
Now
breakthrough,
that you, huh?
yeah, a breakthrough point, yeah,
Yeah.
like where they go through the societal conditioning and come on the other side, like,
Exact. Now the human body, we're gonna keep going with the human
yeah,
body. We want to say today what it is to be healthy, what it
right,
is to have a
mm,
healthy body.
okay,
Our body can give us signs also that there's something wrong inside, like
mm.
migraine, vomiting, diarrhea. I can name them all. We pretty much have experienced them all.
Yeah, yes,
So
yes, obviously. The thing is, in today's day and age, okay, like full human health, you know, which we'll call like optimum human health is not possible. Okay, very few people can have close to optimum because the way the world is, with the way the foods are they are produced, the way the pollution plus this plus that plus all
Oh yeah.
these things and stuff like so. And nobody can be at 100% health. Okay. So, okay. So people are at 60, 70% or whatever. So then comes the point is that uh, health is about like functionality now. Okay. As long as you're functional, you can function, you're healthy enough to do your things, whatever you have to do in this world. Okay. That is now, I mean, right now people have created different ideas of health. Like if you go to gym and make some muscles, then that is healthy, right? But obviously that is not healthy because you are not knowing what's happening on the inside.
Oh,
You have
exactly.
created an outward something which is not related to what is happening internally in your body. So and so people have created a lot of kind of extremes about health actually, when the human body is more about balance. Okay, extremes, okay, like some people are just on fruits, okay, become fruitarians. Okay, now their body is going weak and stuff just by that diet. Okay, or some people are just going to the gym, eating meat and going to the gym and taking protein shakes, and you know there are all kinds of extremes
Oh yeah.
which are what I call unhealthy from my point of view. I mean, people can have their own point of view about that, but that from my point
Opinion.
of view, that
Opinion.
is unhealthy. Healthy is uh, you have energy to work, to do whatever you have to do on earth. The 1 2 3 I've said to people, human beings are three works on earth. So if they can do that, and and they take care of their body in a balanced way, like just not too extreme this way, that way, that to me is health. you know and obviously disease is there on earth, you know and there's nothing which can be done about it. This is a plane which has disease, and like vomiting and stuff is signs of something is going wrong in the stomach or whatever, and everything like you mentioned. And
Yeah.
the fun thing I'll tell you about disease is that disease can happen even if you are doing things fine right now, even if you live totally properly and
Yeah.
don't do any. That disease can happen from your past karmas. So past actions create certain circumstances on the present. Okay, so person will say, look, I was doing everything right. You'll say, whatever. But I still got a disease. But that disease is coming from past actions. Okay, some diseases come from present actions. You know, when you do extreme stuff with your body right now, then you get a disease and that thing. So because some people say like, oh, like I was doing all kinds of indisciplines, but I still did not get sick. That also is from your past, not the current actions. So people get confused
Yeah.
about the what the thing is.
Lots
But
of confusion.
finally, one should not be confused. One should just do the thing, the right from one side in a balanced way right now, and then whatever happens happens with the body. I mean, you can't do that much about it if it's coming from the past. You can just maintain your discipline in the present. Okay, that's what a human being can do, and they should focus on what they can do. Rather than because Earth is a plane where disease, decay, and death are reality. You know, I mean, like death is going to happen. Physical body is meant to decay, go to old age, and then
Yeah.
finish. Okay, it's designed like that. You know, so health to me means while you are alive, you are able to function. Functionality is health. Okay, for whatever you have to do, you have the energy or that thing to do that. Okay,
Yeah.
so it's not about perfection, perfect health or this or that, which is not possible in today's world, right? Like in that way anyways. So people should not strive for that, because if there's an impossibility, because the food and everything and is not happening in a way which was it is completely aligned with natural principles and nature's laws and nature's
Yeah.
things. So health also has a new definition right now.
Yeah.
It's called functional definition. It's a functionality. That's that's the you know
You say that often disease appears because of past action, stuff
yeah
we have ate in our life or we have done or
yeah.
whatever. They try to sell a lot to us that cleanse, that juicing cleanse that you can clean your body from all toxin, PT, and
Okay,
become new again.
okay. When
What about that?
because human body is much more complex than people try to give it. It's much more complicated machine. You know what I'm saying? It's not a car inside. You give it a wash, like from give it a high speed spray. That thing, even in a car there can be trouble if you do that. Like some of the things can come off. The spark plugs can get water, and and
Yeah,
all kinds of
yeah.
things can go wrong these days. To,
Oh,
to
yeah,
to give to I mean, and as technology gets complicated in cars, also there are a lot of wires and there's a lot of computers and a lot of that things are going to go crazy if you give it a high that thing wash from
yeah,
and like so the point is if you do try and do that kind of thing, a lot of things you think you're flushing out, you might flush out things which are necessary for the equilibrium of the body also. So like I won't personally suggest these kind of things, you know is to maintain a good routine every day and just take care of it in terms of diet and basic, which I call like one, like taking care of all human beings have to take care of their body first. That is their first work on earth, you know, the basic work, and but not get into or any of these kind of extremes, where you are doing things with the body without knowing the body.
yeah,
Body is way more complicated than these people think, you know. So it is not it's a very complex machine. It's not a a
yeah,
simple just do this kind of thing and it'll clear everything out. When you're clearing things out, it'll clear out so much things which are actually necessary for
yeah.
digestion, for all kinds of things.
You will flush all kinds of nutrients with those.
Nutrients and all kinds of things, in which will completely harm the body in the long run. So, but sometimes people learn only through the hard way. Once once they do those things and they face the consequences, they say, "Okay, this is not good." Like this. So, I mean, I think the ancient people, like all the tribes and stuff like that thing, don't do these kind of things that much, and they do a basic maintenance day per day, and they have had the best results with the human body than
Yeah.
modern people trying to do all kinds of things with it, and so
So should we keep it simple in the
yes, I
gut?
keep it simple,
Like
keep it very simple,
keep
keep
it
it very simple.
simple in the gut. It's what
Yeah,
I
yeah,
tell myself all the time.
yeah,
Like I rarely introduce something new to my diet. Like I might like fruit or stuff, but
yeah.
like I don't eat all kinds of stuff new and stuff. Like I keep it simple.
You keep it
I
simple,
I don't eat
and
the same thing all
like
the
there are a lot
time.
of basic things like eating when you are hungry,
Yeah,
not
simple.
eating just because it's breakfast, lunch, and dinner or something. Whenever you feel hungry, actually eating at that time, like you're saying, and um, then sleep that thing, and having adequate sleep, amount of sleep, and all those things like basics. Well, if you just do the basics, fine. Body has its own intelligence to heal itself, actually. Like, and that's what the medical system and doctors don't want to tell you, that it can do that, unless obviously you have something from the past or some past karmas or something
Yeah,
which are making, then nothing can help that. But otherwise, body has a self-healing mechanism, okay, for basic all things, so so people have to trust in that as well, they to trust in the body, like, and it's technology. It's like you have to trust in the technology of the body, like there has to be a, yeah.
the thing
And
is with this.
that's why with the going to this doctor thing and all of that, people have lost trust in the biological body system, you know
Oh
the
yeah,
yeah.
sure.
So that's yeah.
The thing is with this age of information, like I was gonna say, we receive a lot of confusing info from all sides. Like some people tell us it's okay to eat this. The other one will tell you, oh no, like oats, for example, oats. Apparently, it's the worst thing to put in your body now. But
Yeah, yes, yes. I mean, the thing is,
like, I
uh,
don't know.
uh, I mean, nature mostly provides things which are all okay if it's naturally grown something. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's all good, actually, most of it. Only thing is, like, people overdo something always, and then they blame that. You know, you go extreme in any way, like, and that is just a, like, to confuse the mind. That is actually creating a mental block. Okay, and if you say like oats are bad, now the person will think oats are bad mentally. Every time they eat oats, they will mentally think that this is now going to do bad for me, my body. So you will create a problem in your body just by having that thought.
That thought.
Yeah, you're eating just like placebo. When people are having the pills, a lot of doctors from the very beginning knew these pills don't do anything. Even if you get salt pill, if people eat that pill, think this is going to be good for me, they will improve
Heal. Yeah,
because the body responds to that.
exactly.
So the same thing happens now. Like, if like there was a whole that thing, the wheat, gluten, then everybody looked at wheat and people are so scared of wheat now.
Like
So
that's what's happening. People are scared to eat.
and now they'll be scared of oats, they'll be scared of, they if they want them to be scared of every kind of actual thing which grows on earth.
Not
you know
only
then
that,
then
they don't
then,
feel.
then, then, then they will say, oh, you can eat the plastic stuff which we make in the factories. That's good for
Yeah,
you.
oh yeah, plastic fish and stuff. No?
Yeah, we will make plastic stuff in the factories, and that'll be good for you. Okay. So for that, you have to first make them think that everything which grows naturally is bad for you. So you know, it's it's
Our thoughts have a lot of powers when it comes
it's the
to.
game. It's the game. Like, if you want to push something else first, you have to make the other thing seem not good first. The potatoes are bad. This is bad. That is bad. This vegetable is bad. That is bad. Cream is bad. Milk is bad. This is bad. That whole thing is like, if,
I,
yeah.
I say to myself, if I eat something and I don't feel bad right away,
But
the body will
all
take
the
care of it.
pharmaceutical medicines, they're all good. All the pharmaceutical medicines, whatever they give, they're all good.
Oh
Nothing
yeah, yeah,
wrong.
oh yeah.
Nothing wrong with any of those.
There's
It's,
nothing wrong with the pharmaceutical industry at all.
yeah. Oats are bad, but that
Yeah,
is,
we hear all kinds of stuff with the information circulating. Sometimes it gets very. That's why I tend not to listen too much.
yeah,
I keep it simple. I think that's what we should all do. Simple
yeah,
in the gut.
yeah.
Uh, Eating all those stuff, I don't know. Me, it
It's about
doesn't.
a basic daily sort of routine and discipline. That's all body requires, actually, human body,
Exactly.
and
Exactly.
that's all. you know. And it doesn't take that much time to do that, and people make too much out of that and overcomplicate it and affect the body negatively by that.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, so PT, next time we're together, we're gonna
Yeah.
start the topic maybe of art. We'll go on
Yes.
arts, talk about arts and why some are so good painters. Like I saw a painter yesterday, he produced something. I was like amazed at what he painted. I could
Yes.
never
Yes.
do that myself. Why some people are so skilled with painting, with the building stuff, engineering stuff, engineering motor, like all that stuff. To me, it's art when you're at that level.
Yes.
Art is not only painting; it could be
Yes. Yes.
creating anything, which is like even a motor. Like
Yes. 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 We can
so,
next
we're
time.
gonna
Oh,
approach this together next time.
oh, oh, okay.
So, large up once again, and I'm very, very grateful for your presence. Large up. We are out. See ya.